partial
News with Katrina Smith.
Welcome and good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on this Saturday, March 23rd. I'm Katrina Smith. A lot of snow emergencies, a lot of cancellations this morning, many of them scrolling at the bottom of your screen right now. We did get a late start with our closings and cancellations, but suffice to say, if there is an Easter egg hunt that was scheduled for today,
I want to see it.
The Easter Bunny, they're canceled or postponed to a later date. If there is one happening, let us know, because that's something we would want to get video of, right?
Yes. And speaking of closing, if today was a weekday, kids would have a snow day. Yes. So, sorry, kids.
Bad timing.
Yes. But we are tracking road conditions across the region. We're taking a live look downtown Utica. You can see the roads are still a little bit snow covered, but big improvements compared to when Katrina and I came in around 6 a.m. So just wanted to give yourself a lot of extra time, especially on secondary roads, as we take a look at the thruway as well as other road conditions. Everything is still snow covered, but we're not talking about that deep, heavy snow that we saw earlier this morning. Just want to give yourself some extra time if you have to head out. I highly recommend staying home until this afternoon. That's when the snow will begin to wind down. We're also tracking a wintry mix down in southern Otsego and Shenango County, so they're dealing with sleet and freezing rain in those areas. The snow showers will be winding down as we head towards this afternoon. It's hard to believe, but yes, 50s are in the forecast, so look at that coming up. Katrina?
Thank you so much, Jill. Residents in Chadwicks are under a boil water order.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Jill Reel.
Well, it's been a very busy morning across central New York. Even though the calendar says spring, Mother Nature has other ideas. Here is what we are tracking for the rest of today. Again, we're going to continue to track the snow wintry mix this morning. If you have any plans, I would hold off until the afternoon. That's when the snow and the mixed precipitation is going to taper off, especially as we head towards the middle afternoon hours. Greatly improving conditions as we head towards the rest of today, but it is going to become breezy. So I know kids want to go out and play in the snow. Just be aware we are going to be dealing with breezy conditions for this afternoon and into the evening hours. As of right now, we have 150 snowfall totals, so I can't put everybody on the map. But right now, New York Mills and Ilion, about a foot of snow. That is the trend for most locations. 11 inches in New Hartford, 10 inches in Frankfort, 8 inches in Chadwicks, 6 inches in Boonville. And the further south you go, the less in the way of snow, because they've been dealing with a wintry mix. So New Berlin is at 4 inches of snow for this morning. Again, we will update the snowfall totals once that snow does come to an end. We are looking at road conditions down in Cooperstown. While may look okay, they are dealing with a wintry mix, so there could be some icy spots on the roadways across the southern valleys. So you want to keep a close eye on those road conditions. Oneonta, we can't even see from their tower cam right now at Hartwick College. And then we're also taking a close look downtown Utica again. Majority of the roads are improving, but they are still quite slick, a little bit slushy and greasy this morning. So you want to give yourself plenty of extra time if you're heading out. Again, I highly recommend waiting till the snow ends early this afternoon before you run any errands or if you do any outdoor activities. Definitely want to go skiing, snowboarding, sledding. Today and tomorrow are the days to do it. It's going to be fantastic snow for those activities. So on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, again, light snow, light to moderate snow is going to continue for the next several hours. The area of concern is down across the southern valleys. Oneonta, Norwich, we are getting reports of some rain, freezing rain, and a wintry mix. So if you do live in these locations, I highly recommend staying home, as there are going to be some icy conditions on the roadways down towards Norwich, Sherburne, Cooperstown, Oneonta. For the rest of central New York, pretty much the Mohawk Valley and north, we are seeing that snow. Now that snow is winding down just to the west of Syracuse. So as you head to the west, improving conditions. If you're heading to the east, unfortunately, you're going to be dealing with that snow throughout the morning and into the early afternoon hours. So your travel impacts for today and for tonight. Again, if you can stay home this morning, I highly recommend it. Improving conditions this afternoon and evening, but with temperatures warming up above the freezing mark, some of that snow is going to melt. It's going to get cold tonight, so we could see some patchy black ice as we head into the overnight and into tomorrow morning. So on our Skycast, we're going to time this out for you as we head towards noon. You will notice Camden, snow is coming to an end. I know they have their big St. Patrick's Day parade today. That snow will be winding down by then. Snow winding down in Boonville as we head towards 2 p.m. The snow ends in Utica as well as Norwich and Morrisville. Still seeing some snow and wintry mix for Little Falls and Cooperstown, but by 5 p.m., improving conditions all across central New York. Now tonight, with clear skies and that fresh snow, it's going to be cold. We're going to drop back into the single digits, but check this out. Nothing but sunny skies tomorrow. Tomorrow's the day to head outdoors and enjoy that snow as temperatures warm up into the 30s. So additional snowfall for the rest of today. 1 to 3 inches to the Mohawk Valley north. You're still going to have that wintry mix across the southern valleys. Again, this is for the morning into the afternoon hours. That snow is going to end as we head towards this afternoon. For tonight, it's going to be cold. We're going to drop back into the single digits, but tomorrow, a great winter weather activity day. We're going to see sunshine, temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. Enjoy it, because our snow is going to melt as we go back to spring, as the spring returns for next week. So let's have some fun right here. It is National Chip and Dip Day, which we all love. What is America's most popular chip dip?
I've got to go with, like, I love guac, right?
Okay.
But I'm not, I feel like guac is more of a millennial thing, so I think I'm going to go with French onion because that's kind of like the standard that my parents always would have.
You know who loves French onion?
I don't know.
Don Shipman.
Yeah, so he would say.
It is salsa.
No way.
Yes.
I never would have thought.
Yeah, salsa is the most popular. And then I think the next one is like beer cheese, which I was surprised. And then the 7-layer dip, then guac.
Who came up with
I
these
don't know.
numbers? I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, coming up, IIHF, and thank you for joining us for another half hour of News Channel 2 Weekend Today. I'm Katrina Smith. And you're seeing a lot of snow out there. Let's check in with meteorologist Jill Reel in the Weather Center, tracking just how much we're accumulating and how much more we expect.
Yeah, it's a winter wonderland on March 23rd. Welcome to spring, everyone, because we didn't have the snow in the winter. Let's just have it in the
Mother
spring.
Nature is just very confused this whole season.
Throwing us for some loops.
Yep.
But hey, we're dealing with it. As we take a live look at our Nexus Center camera again, the roads are still slightly snow covered, but they are improving since earlier this morning. So you want to give yourself plenty of extra time as you head out the door. As we look at the road conditions on Route 5 and 12 in Utica, again, still snow covered as well as for the arterial, the thruway as well. You might have a difficult time getting to the thruway, as secondary roadways may still be snow covered. As we're still tracking that snow, again, on a Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, the snow extends all the way back towards Syracuse. Also tracking a wintry mix down towards Oneonta and Norwich. So as we go throughout the day, the snow is going to wind down, which is some good news. Also some good news, 50s back in the forecast. So enjoy the snow while we still have it. Of the latest on snowfall totals coming up. Katrina?
Thank you, Jill. Breaking news.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Jill Reel.
Well, it's been a busy morning in the Weather Center as we continue to track that snow and wintry mix across central New York. Here's what to expect for the rest of today. Again, that snow and wintry mix continues for this morning, but it is going to taper off as we head towards this afternoon. So if you can, I highly recommend staying home for the next couple of hours as the road conditions will continue to improve once that precipitation comes to an end this afternoon. On top of that, we're also going to be dealing with some breezy conditions across central New York, especially this afternoon and into the evening. At least 200 snowfall totals so far this morning. So we're just showing you a little bit of a preview of how much snow has fallen across central New York. About a foot of snow in Clinton. We're at 11 inches in Norway, 10 inches in Salisbury, 8 inches in Whitesboro, 7 inches in Hartwick, and 6 inches in Sherrill. The reason why the lower amounts across the southern valley is because they have been dealing with a wintry mix for this morning of some sleet and some freezing rain and plain rain. And you could tell down in Cooperstown, Road conditions look a little wet right now because they are dealing with that wintry mix instead of the snow across the region, as well as for Oneonta. Now, downtown Utica, we're still seeing the snow. You can see that snow flying on our Nexus camera. So as you go throughout the morning into the afternoon, the snow is going to continue. It is going to be lighter compared to what we've been dealing with during the overnight. But just be aware that some roads will be snow covered for this morning. Now on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, you can see that snow continuing to fall for Rome as well as Utica up towards Boonville and Old Forge. But our focus is down across the southern valleys where there is rain and a wintry mix as you head down towards Oneonta, Richfield Springs, Cooperstown, Norwich, and Sherburne. So across the southern valleys, they're not seeing as much snow, but they're seeing more in the way of some ice for this morning. So just be aware across the southern valleys, less snow, more in the way of a wintry mix, and even a few pockets of rain. Now the back end of the snow is just to the west of Syracuse, so we're going to see several more hours of snow, but that snow will be winding down as we head towards this afternoon. So your travel impacts for today, again, if you can, stay home this morning. The road conditions will improve this afternoon and evening, but today, temperatures could warm up above the freezing mark, so we could see some snow melt. We do see some snow melt as we head into tonight. Any of that water on any surfaces can turn into black ice as temperatures are going to get very cold as we head into the overnight and into tomorrow morning. So let's track this for you as we head towards this afternoon. By the noon hour, snow coming to an end for Camden. I know they have their St. Patrick's Day parade. Boonville, the snow is winding down. By 2 p.m., the snow is done with in Utica as well as Norwich and Morrisville. Still seeing a winter mix and snow for Little Falls and Cooperstown. But by 5 p.m., greatly improving conditions. So if you have any evening plans, you're going to be fine for today. Tonight, the combination of fresh snow and clear skies, it's going to get cold. We're going to drop back into the single digits for tonight. Then lots of sunshine as we head into tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a great day to enjoy that fresh snowfall. And speaking of snowfall, just an additional 1 to 3 inches of snow expected for today. Less to the south as they are dealing with a wintry mix. Temperatures will be in the 30s for today. Tonight, it's going to get cold. We're going to drop back into the single digits across the region. And if you are not a fan of the snow, it's going to be gone before you know it. We're going to be back into the 50s as we head towards next week. So kids, play in the snow today and tomorrow before it's gone. One last hurrah of winter.
I love how you're taking charge.
I am a teacher. Okay, so not only is it Chip and Dip Day, but it's National Puppy Day. What is the most popular breed of dog?
Gotta be labs.
This one actually surprised me. It is the French Bulldog. The Frenchies
In
are
America?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Go figure. But
Wow.
we were talking about in the break, of course, we want you to adopt these dogs at the local humane societies.
Not a purebred. You don't need a purebred. Just go to the Humane Society and get a
There's tons
rescue
of
pup.
dogs. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
They're looking for a home. All right, thank you, Jill. Hey, for those of you who love snowboarding, snowshoeing, just getting outside in the snow, this is the weather for you. So I want to remind you of some places that you can go. Cross-country ski, the Brea Trails, Boonville, Potato Hill Farm. Check out the Utica Zoo. They do, if they get a 4-inch snowpack, they do break out the snowshoes, so you get a different view of the zoo. Downhill ski spots are relishing in this snow. Macaulay, Snow Ridge has a rail jam happening this morning, and Woods Valley in Westernville open 10 until 5. So lots to do if you do enjoy the snow. Coming up, it was a melting pot.
News with Ben Kinney.
Good evening. Just when we thought winter was over, Mother Nature had other plans with one of the largest snowfalls of the season. How much of it fell? Let's head over to the Weather Center with meteorologist Joe Reel to find out. I know I talked to my mother back home in Glens Falls. They got well over a foot at noon, and it was still falling.
Yeah, most areas are around a foot, a little bit less to the south.
Yeah.
But the good news is the road conditions have greatly improved
Yes.
since this morning. This morning was quite tricky, but
Yeah.
this evening things are quiet. So if you want to head out, taking a live look downtown Utica, no travel problems. Some secondary roads may still be snow covered, but the main roads are just wet at this point in time. As you take a live look downtown Utica, temperatures at 28 degrees. On our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, all that steady snow is now near Albany. So we are seeing dry conditions from Utica to Rome, Boonville, Old Forge, even Cooperstown and Oneonta. That steady snow is moving out, and dry conditions are expected for the rest of this evening. So here are your snowfall totals: just over a foot in Ilion and New Hartford, officially a foot in Utica. A little bit less to our south because they saw some mixing of sleet and freezing rain, so they are dealing with ice across the southern valleys. But we are now going to begin to quiet things down. The big story for tonight: it's going to be very cold. We're going to drop back into the single digits, but tomorrow looks fantastic. Look at the rest of the weather, plus some 50s in the forecast coming up. Ben?
All right, Jill, thank you very much. Volunteer firefighters from across the state.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Jill Riehl.
Well, it's a completely different story from 12 hours ago when we were dealing with heavy rain, sleet, and freezing rain, as well as snow across the area, all depending on location. Now things are quieting down and the road conditions are greatly improving. As we take a look at Route 5 and 12 in Utica, as well as the arterial, just wet. Same for the thruway, as well as south on Route 20 and Route 8. So the road conditions are improving, but some side streets may still be snow covered for this evening, like some side streets up in Old Forge or any outlying areas. So just want to give yourself a few extra minutes as you head out. But you're also going to want to grab that winter jacket. Yes, we saw that snow, but we're also going to see some chilly temperatures as we head into tonight and into tomorrow morning. All that snow is now officially out of the viewing area on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, but just to our east, Albany, Saratoga Springs, Glens Falls, they're still dealing with that snow, that steady snow mixing in with sleet and freezing rain. But for us, we're finally quieting down for tonight. And with tonight, as that storm system continues to push to the east, our chance of snow pretty much obsolete as we head into tonight and for all of next week. So we like to think of this as our last taste of winter across central New York. Now, what I want to point out is that snow was pushing off to the east behind us, clearing skies. So as we head into tonight with that low pressure pushing back towards Boston, where they're dealing with heavy rain right now, we're going to begin to see clearing skies. That plus the fresh snow means it's going to get cold as we head into tonight and into tomorrow morning. So on our Skycast for tonight, keep an eye on those temperatures. Now, as we head into the overnight, some locations will drop to the single digits as we head into tomorrow morning, all depending on how clear we get for tonight. So do expect cold temperatures to start, but because we're at the end of March, that strong March sun is going to help us warm up into the 30s for tomorrow afternoon. Now, also with that strong March sun, the snow is going to begin to melt. So if you want to enjoy that fresh snowfall, go skiing, sledding, snowshoeing, tomorrow is the day to do it because it's going to be long gone as we head towards Monday and Tuesday, because temperatures are going to warm up into the 40s by then. For tonight, though, it's going to be cold, single digits across the region. For tomorrow, temperatures in the 30s. We'll see sunshine throughout the day. And taking a look at the rest of your forecast, beautiful weather continues for Monday. Tuesday, chance of rain on Wednesday, but look at those temperatures, more spring-like with temperatures in the 40s and 50s. More news and sports coming up.
News with Ben Kinney.
Good evening. One of the biggest snowstorms we've seen this year is on its way out. What will take its place? Let's head over to the Weather Center with meteorologist Jill Riehl to find out.
Well, what a big difference 24 hours makes. Last night we were tracking that snow. Tonight, now we're just tracking quiet conditions across central New York. All that steady snow is pushed off east. Now we're seeing quiet conditions on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. So do expect quiet weather to continue for tonight and for the foreseeable future. Now, things are all quiet right now, but let's take a look at some of those snowfall totals. Now, we got over 400 reports of snowfall totals. I would be here all night if I listed every single one. But here's a generalization. Again, around the Mohawk Valley, close to a foot of snow. As you head further south down towards Oneonta and Cherry Valley. That's where they saw some mixing, some sleet and freezing rain. So those amounts are a little bit lower compared to the Mohawk Valley and for the North Country. But the big story for tonight, it's going to be cold. Temperatures drop back into the single digits, but tomorrow looks like a fantastic day to head outdoors. Look at that forecast coming up.
Thank you very much.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Jill Rio.
We are starting off tonight with quiet conditions across central New York, and that trend is going to continue for tomorrow. As we take a live look at our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, we're not seeing anything on it because all of that precipitation, the snow, the sleet, the freezing rain has now pushed off to the east, and we're seeing quiet conditions across central New York as we head into tonight and for the next couple of days. I mean, look at this. Our chance of snow for tonight, pretty much non-existent, especially after all the snow we've been seeing over the last 24 hours. Officially in Utica, we saw a foot of snow. That still keeps us about 45 inches below where we should be for this time of year. So I really don't think we're going to catch up to our average for this season. Now, the good news for tomorrow and the next couple of days, sunshine. So we're going to see just a few clouds tomorrow, lots of sunshine for Monday and for Tuesday before some rain moves in on Wednesday. Now that we are in the end of March, the sun angle is quite high, which means the sun is stronger. So once we see that sunshine tomorrow, the snow is going to begin to melt. On top of that, take a look at our temperature trend. Yes, 40s and 50s. So tomorrow is the day to go out and enjoy the fresh snow, because by Monday and Tuesday, the snow is going to be melting pretty quickly. And on top of that, we're going to see some rain on Wednesday. So our snowpack will pretty much be obsolete as we head towards the middle of the week. So Sunday, you need to head outdoors and enjoy that fresh snow. Now on our Skycast, the big story for tonight into tomorrow, those clear skies. Check out these temperatures, single digits to start as we head towards tomorrow morning. But as I just said, with that strong March sun, the temperatures are going to warm up quickly. So as we head towards the afternoon by 1 p.m., 32 in Utica, 28 in Old Forge, 30 in Cooperstown, 32 in Oneonta. That sunshine will continue throughout the afternoon and into the evening hours. Same story for tomorrow night. Clear skies. Is still going to be quite chilly, not as cold as tomorrow morning, but by Monday morning we are waking up in the teens, but we're going to get even warmer as we head towards Monday afternoon. Temperatures are going to warm up into the mid-40s by Monday afternoon, even up in Old Forge, 43 degrees, 43 in Cooperstown, and 46 in Oneonta. So for tonight, temperatures will drop back into the single digits under clear skies. Tomorrow, a beautiful day, lots of sunshine, temperatures in the 30s. And taking a look at the rest of your forecast, great weather from Monday, mid-40s into the 50s as we head towards Tuesday. Looks like our only day for unsettled weather for this week will be Wednesday with some scattered rain showers, but then return to some sunshine as we head towards next weekend.